Hey, yo, what up, what up? Fans of the fucking sport, what up? This is Lamech with Salah Sports TV back at you with another one. Man, so what's going on in the sports world, man? The Ravens opening week this week. Yeah, we're gonna smash the Texans. But no, what I want to talk about is this Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford ordeal. I'm gonna call it an ordeal because I don't think we get a fight out of this, right? I don't think we get a fight out of this. As you know, like guys who's been around on this channel for, any amount of time, like, I'm not even really looking for the fight. I'm not looking for a fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford at 168. That's something that I'm just not looking for. Why? Because I understand boxing. Like it's a reason why Terence Crawford hasn't been campaigning at 168. What do you think that reason is? Why didn't Terence Crawford just move up to 168 before? Exactly. It's not his fucking weight class, right? He started off at lightweight. You think he's going to move up to 168? Naturally? Like, he doesn't eat Mexican beef. Terence Crawford, I'm pretty sure he doesn't eat Mexican beef. So he's not going to be able to move up and carry his power up, right? Canelo eats Mexican beef and he could barely keep his power moving up like that. So let's do the fucking math, right? So yeah, I'm not looking for that fight, right? But it's Canelo. So let's just address his bullshit, okay? Let's address all his bullshit. And I'm gonna tell you, man, like, people say, oh, you're just a Canelo hater. You're a Canelo hater. Like, because of course, like in today's world, anytime you offer any type of critique, anytime you flat out may not like something or somebody, it has to be attributed to hating, right? You can't have legitimate reasons for not liking this thing or that thing or this person or that person. No, if I don't like you, I just don't like you, period. And it ain't gotta be no hating involved. Like, we just don't match. Like, nah, I'm good, right? But Canelo, when he was started off, I ain't gonna say started off, but like when he was fighting Floyd, and I mean, he had a bunch of fights before he fought Floyd. But that was like his coming out party, right? That's when the world was introduced to Canelo Alvarez. I didn't have no problem with him. I thought he got taught a lesson. They was talking that shit like, yeah, we beat up Floyd and beat Floyd, and like, I thought it was a little early in the game for them to be talking like that. I don't give Floyd no slack for that. I don't give Floyd no type of slack, no type of flack. What the fuck was that? I don't give Floyd no type of flack for that, catch weight, right? Because that wasn't Floyd's idea. All right, Sprinter van. It wasn't Floyd's idea to fight Canelo to catch weight. That was the Canelo team's idea. That was their idea to get Floyd in the ring. They wanted to payday. They wanted the payday back then, right? So they like to make the deal a little bit more spicy. They like, yeah, we'll fight you to catch weight at 152. Floyd looked at this dude up and down. All right, yeah, I'll fight you at 150. Yeah, let's do it. Right? So I don't want to hear shit about that. But my point is, ever since back then, I'm okay with Canelo. When he fought Triple G the first time, I'm okay with Canelo. I was rooting for Canelo to beat Triple G for the first fight. I was rooting for Canelo. I thought he lost. I couldn't believe it was a draw. I'm like, huh, really? I wasn't upset because I was, like I said, I was pulling for Canelo to win, right? I didn't think he won. I didn't think he won that fight. But what happened right after that? Motherfucker got popped for PEDs. Yeah. So for me, yeah. It's like, nah, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. And it wasn't even so much that, it's the PEDs, and he pretty much went unpunished. He went unpunished for it, right? They gave him a 6-month suspension, but he didn't have any fights. He didn't have any fights scheduled within that time. Nothing. He didn't lose anything. He ain't lose no money. He ain't lose nothing. Right? So that's where it began for me as far as Canelo hate. It ain't hating. I don't like PED cheats. That's not a good reason. Fuck, I don't care if you look past it. I don't look past it. You want to look past people using PEDs? Cool. That's why you got your standard and I got mine, right? That's exactly why. Everybody got different standards. Your standard leads you to not care about PEDs. So when the next guy gets killed in the ring, you're going to act all sad and how can we fix this? And it's so sad. But like, you support PEDs. As if the fight, the sport ain't dangerous enough already. Right? So here's my thing with Canelo. Like I told you, you know, how I felt about this guy. Like, you know, it was cool. He was cool when he started off. I told you where that kind of started to change. But here we are now. It's like now he just has no, what's the word, man? He has no self-awareness. I want to call it self-awareness. Like he the word will come it'll come to me before hopefully before this video's over. But the guy is he just says things, right? Shout out to CJ Goodfellow. He made a note of this. I mean, I thought about it, but he said it. You know, he said it. Just kind of like said what I was thinking. But yeah, it's true. It's like, why is Canelo Alvarez coming out and telling Errol Spence, yeah, I want Errol Spence to get his rematch. Get a rematch with Terence Crawford. Like, why are you telling him to get a rematch? Like, you didn't go for a rematch against Bivol. You went up there to 175. Nobody asked you to do that, by the way. You tried to pick a cherry up there at 175, right? And that cherry done beat your ass in front of everybody at 175. After the fight, you said, oh yeah, the weight was too much. He's the bigger and I'm small and he was just too big for me, too big. And then you want to call yourself going into a rematch with the guy at the same weight that you just complained about. You just gave up an excuse saying the guy was too big and this and that, but you want a rematch. You want a rematch at 175. He's like, nah, fuck you and your excuses. I want to fight you at 168. Why was that such a deal breaker? If that's your weight, if you really wanted to fight this guy, why Crawford? Why you open the fight in Crawford at 168 but not Bivol? Huh? Tell us that. Tell us that one, Canelo. Maybe Canelo cocksuckers. Maybe one of you cocksuckers can tell me. Hop in the comments and tell us why it's okay why Canelo is open. He's open to fighting Crawford at 168, but not Bivol at 168. Yeah, exactly. The guy is full of shit. He been full of shit. He don't want no challenge. He wants the easiest road. He's the real easy route. Canelo is the easy route. Right? And I'm going to drop something else. I'm going to drop another reason why I don't think we're going to get a Crawford fight. We're not going to get a Crawford fight is because mostly because of the Canelo cocksuckers. They put this title of face of boxing on Canelo. Once you put that title on the wrong person, and Canelo is the wrong person to put that title on. right? You could call Anthony Joshua, like, maybe not now, but at his highest peak, you could call Anthony Joshua the face of boxing, because guess what? He was going to carry himself that way. He was going to take all challenges. Whoever you put in front of him, to a fault. To a fault. He was going to fight him. Anthony Joshua has heart. He had probably too much heart for his own good. But that's what you do as a face of boxing. You give your fans what they want, what they expect. Canelo is the opposite. Whatever fight the fans want, he's going to look the other way. He's going to go the other way. He's going to figure out anything else to do other than give the fans what they want. He'll even go as far as to move up in weight to try to make it seem like I'm chasing greatness. Right? He'll play with the idea of going up to cruiserweight to fight a Ilunga Makabu. Nobody asked you to fight that motherfucker. To fight a Ilunga Makabu. He'll entertain that, right? Anything except giving us the fight we want. So, why won't we get a Terence Crawford versus Canelo fight? Which, good for me. I'm glad. I hope it don't happen. Not at 168. If that fight happens, it should happen along the lines of what Crawford said, right? The first time. 158, 160, right? Meet in the middle somewhere so it can be a fair fucking fight. If it's not that, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Canelo doesn't like challenge. He's not that type of guy. He doesn't like challenges. He doesn't want to know. He wants to already know before the fight. Tank Davis and Canelo have a lot in common. The way they approach fights, the way they negotiate, right? All the little tactics and shit that they do. Very, very similar. Very similar. Very similar. So, I'm not going to drag this out, but basically, we're not going to get look, you make as many videos as you want. We're not going to get a Canelo versus Crawford fight. And guess what? If we get it, I'll be the first one coming back here and saying, hey, you know what? I got that one wrong. Right? But we ain't going to get it. Canelo don't want to fight. Canelo don't want to fight, put it this way. He'll entertain. If you back him in the corner, he'll say yeah to make it seem, to make it seem like he is not backing down. But when you come out and say shit like Crawford only fought one guy. Crawford only fought one guy. So now Canelo Alvarez is going to discredit Terence Crawford's resume, right? Fucking hilarious, dude. And I know a lot of Canelo cocksuckers are probably over there. Yeah, Canelo, he's the one guy who can do it. Get the fuck out of here. All that matchmaking and shit that Canelo does, all those names are faded. All those names are faded. And he ain't like he really busted nobody up. Right? He never had a fight like the one Bud just had. He never, in all his 60 fucking fights, he never had one like that. Not that I've seen. Canelo is usually in knockdown, drag out fights that he usually comes out on top. I usually scored for him. I usually scored a victory for him because he usually does enough to win. But that's what we looking at. A guy who does enough to win. I mean, you fought an old ass Triple G, bro. And you want to talk about somebody like he only fought one guy? How many guys did you fight? I'm talking about real guys at the top of their game. Like he just fought Errol Spence, like two big dogs, like A-level. At least with people, public perception, right? You I've been saying that shit about Spence, but whatever. Public perception said Errol Spence and Terence Crawford were both A-level fighters. When did you ever look like that against an A-level fighter? When? I'm trying to think of a time when he fought an A-level fighter and won. Mayweather, you lost. Triple G was still an A-level fighter when you fought him the first time. They gave you a draw, but I thought you lost that one. And I thought Triple G won the second fight as well. See, I'm a little different, man. I think that people knew that Canelo got over one with the draw against Triple G in the first fight. So the second fight, Canelo fought much better. He did. He was on the front foot. He fought a lot better. But both guys showed us something different in that second fight. Triple G was in there boxing. Triple G was in there boxing. And I wasn't a Triple G fan. I'm not a Triple G fan, right? I just call it how I see it. I thought Triple G got the second fight too. But of course they gave Canelo, they gave Canelo that one. So, ain't no surprises over here, man. We know how this guy moves. That's all I got though. If you like the video, go ahead and hook off on that like button one time.